All right, Scorpio and Ophiuchus, welcome to your weekly Sidereal Astrology forecast. This is for the 9th through the 15th of November. My name is Athen, and this is for Sidereal Astrology, so if you're new to this type of astrology, do check the description down below. All right, Scorpio and Ophiuchus, this week we do have some easy aspects. All things being considered, we've had these slower moving planets go into unfriendly territories, Mars, Venus, and the Sun. But with that in mind, there is a lot of sextiles, a lot of easy energy to work with within that context. So essentially, the unfriendly areas and debilitations, it's about bringing extra attention to these particular areas of life. So it's important to bring extra attention now to the 11th house, which is about the groups, the friends, the networking, your ideals, and behind the scenes activities, with the sun here in the 12th. So with that extra attention, there's a lot of new things shaping up. There's a lot of opportunities coming into the mix. And a lot of it is really involving this 12th house of yours. We've got this new moon in Libra here on Wednesday, and Mercury coming into this 12th house right before that on Monday. So essentially the 12th house is about working behind the scenes, anything behind the scenes, usually things like rest and relaxation, dream space, making sure that you are getting that meditative time out and that relaxation going with the flow in the everyday sphere of things. And so within that, that's where the new beginnings are shaping up. It will be different for each of you, but something in that realm. So here it's about the unconscious, the subconscious, new perspectives and the importance of having that connection to life, connection to all that is, or to God. And so reflecting on these types of things, whatever it is for you personally, it's a fantastic way to work with the energies this week. The new moons are always a lowering of energies anyways, but especially when they're in the 12th house. Now with Mercury, I think especially from Monday onward, there's maybe just more thinking about this. Maybe it's busier in this sphere. Again, maybe implementing these 12th house, going with the flow type of energies, but also maybe paying attention to your dream space, your intuition, diving into the more, psychic or intuitive energies of life. Okay. And then it'd be a great time to journal. It'd be a great time to just learn more about your dreams, dream journaling, spiritual meditation, that kind of stuff. So new beginnings here, both in the short term of the next 2 weeks and in the long term of the next 6 months of the solar cycle. So that's the focal point. And what's really creating a lot of these easy aspects is the fact that this new moon and Mercury, for that matter, are sandwiched right in between Jupiter and Pluto trine. So there's been this trine between these two planets, and now these this new moon and Mercury are right in between those areas, creating the double sextiles. So Jupiter's been in your 10th house, so there can be and continuing, to be expansion when it comes to your career, possibilities with that. Maybe you learning more about your public image, the things that are important to you in the long term, and expansion there. Nonetheless. Now with Pluto in your second, there's been over many years changes to your values, changes to the material aspects of life. And now with these supportive energies, it could be certainly change to your values, which are creating and spawning these new beginnings, as well as maybe seeing the upside or the overarching side of your long-term goals and career goals as well. So good energy into both of those sectors, and great energy for expanding the spiritual, understanding more about yourself in that deeper level, as well as making change with, connecting to that spiritual energy. So that's going to be the sextiles, most of them in fact, and then Mars goes over the North Node here on Thursday, and this has been involving your 11th house. So what I was talking about before about the networking, about your visions, your ideals, that's all that energy in your 11th house, which is where you had the last lunar cycle, last solar cycle. And now you still have Mars and Venus here. So here there's energy, there's drive, maybe to network, maybe to connect, maybe to put energy into things that you feel feel very important or societal or community related, and also enjoy them quite a bit too, which is Venus. But Mars, your ruler, I think is going to be the key with that. I think there's naturally a lot of energy going into that ideal energy of life, so motivation and drive. And what's so nice about it is that it's the North Node energy. So this is about the future unfoldments, what is actually coming to fruition. So for the past 2 years, it's been a time for you to put energy into those ideals, put energy into networking, connecting to friends, the community related things. And now with Mars going over that North Node, a lot of drive, a lot of ambition. It being your ruler, I think a lot of you are going to have changes to your life path this week, and maybe even changes to the health, diet, and routine as well, since Mars also rules your 6th. So that's going to be key. That's Thursday. And then on Friday, we do have Venus sextiling up to Saturn. So that's nice, sort of icing on the cake there. Venus rules your 7th house of relationships and that 12th house. So there could be a nice long-term, mature, grounded energy with your relationships, as well as those behind-the-scenes activities, whatever it is shaping up for you here in the 12th. So certainly 12th house, new beginnings around spirituality, meditation, what's really important to you on that deeper level, getting that alone time that is so necessary, as well as continuing to move forward with your intentions and goals around the more networking or idealistic and societal aspects of life. All right, Scorpio and Ophiuchus, well, I hope you guys have a fantastic week. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you all next time.